This is your entire unit at the front. Okay. This is the screen. This is the main screen, and behind the screen is actually the computer. I'm just going to move it this way so you have a good idea to the side of the computer. This part back there is actually the computer. Attached to it is the screen. You'll see a little red button right here.
That's right there.
This little red button is the one that turns
Off and on.
the terminal at the back off and on. But it does not turn the screen on.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay, now I'll put it in the straight so you know which way to operate. In your main screen, this is your power button right here. The first button is the power button. That will power up your screen only, not
The computer.
the terminal.
I see.
The next button is AV button, or audio video in and out. This button we do not use.
I see.
The button right next to it is the menu button. Using these menus, you can adjust the colors of the terminals to suit your needs.
I see.
And right at the end, these two buttons underneath it says volume.
Oh,
With this, you can increase and decrease the volume of the buzzer, higher or lower. Now, it's always a good idea when you're starting out in the morning to turn the power on first from here. When you turn in the power, everything turns yellowish and it comes back with no input signal. Then it disappears. At this point, there is no signal coming to this terminal from the back because the power in the terminal is not on. So now once you do that, you can turn the power on. Now I'm going to tilt it just slightly this way. In order to turn everything, you must have your finger on this red button and you have to keep it down. Now I need your hand to push this and keep it down on the other side so everybody can see. Keep it down. Now as soon as this turned, now take your hand off, and now the terminal is starting. I'll put it right back there. Remember, you push it and keep it down. Now it's starting. Now we look at the top part of the screen. Let's examine from top to bottom what it is. At the top is yellow and there is a time. This yellow section is also your meter, but at this time you will not be able to use it as a meter. We'll have to wait until we go further. On this little square you see a bunch of numbers. At the top, the first thing you see is X. This is actually what your location is, your present location. At this point we have not started the unit, so it does not know where you are. So that indicates X. Right now we don't know where you are at this time. And below it, it says LO is login. This really doesn't mean anything for now. At the bottom you'll see all these letters: B, P, O, S as in Sam, L and C, followed by MT, G, R, C, T. Right now we'll just concern ourselves with these 5 letters. 6 letters actually. There are 6 letters from top to bottom. The first one is B. It stands for book. And right now it says N underneath. N indicates that you are not allowed to book anywhere because right now the system doesn't know where you are. The next button is post. Right now it indicates as N. All it means at this stage is you are not on any post. Next button is O. O indicates out of the car. At the bottom it says no. That means you are not out of the car. You are inside the car. It's just for troubleshooting the equipment. Next one is location call. Location call means you are accepting an order on location call. The indication right now is no, we are not accepting any location call because we have not done anything, we have just started. Next button is C. C stands for chase. Right now N, we are not chasing for any order. When it starts up, you will see the first thing it will ask you for your login ID, followed by different numbers. CLR stands for clear. Enter stands for entering information into the computer. Jobs, this is where your old orders are, the orders that you've done before. Messages, if you want to see the messages that you received in the past, once you push that button, those messages will show up. So this is the general idea of the screen. The first question it asks us for is a login ID. Everybody will have their own ID eventually, and this is where we will enter your login ID when we are working. So I'm going to enter my ID, which is 2 for the purpose of this training, and then I will push the enter. Now as you noticed, the star disappeared. When we get going, you will have about 10 seconds before the star will disappear. Right now there is nothing to enter. So I'm going to push 2 again and quickly enter. Next question is ask you the area that you are in. So right now we are in the 32 area, and I will enter 32. 32 and enter.
So when are you going to put the number of the...
Now it tells me that it's signing on. At this stage, it is looking for the computer at the office to verify your entry code and your car. But at this time, there is no computer at this side to answer him back. But eventually, when it will answer you back, it will come up with the message, signed on successfully. When the system is fully operational, it'll come back and it'll tell you that we are ready to work and you are signed in successfully. When we started, there was X, and right now it indicates 14. Now when I started my computer, the GPS has calculated that I am somewhere in the 14 area. I'm at Victoria. Right now my location is at Victoria Park in Ellesmere, and I have just started my computer, and it tells me that I am in the 14 area. And you see the first letter B, now it says that I'm allowed to book in. If I choose, I can book in the 14 area, if I want to. But there would be times when you would start your work at the boundary of 2 area. For example, if you're starting your shift from Warden and Ellesmere, you are basically sitting at the boundary of 3 areas. Okay? Now I'm just going to drive my car over to Warden and Ellesmere, and we'll see what happens, what changes take place at the terminal. I am here. Now I'm driving and I'm heading toward Warden and Ellesmere. Actually, I am almost there in a few seconds. Now as you can see, I am at the border of 13 and 14. And now it indicates that my vehicle is in 13 and 14 area. I have not booked into the computer yet. I have not told them which area, whether I'm in the 14 or anywhere. But right now I have an option to book in either one of or 13 or the 14. I live at the corner of Warden and Ellesmere. At this time I have a choice to book at either one of these areas. Now I have decided that I want to book in the 14 area. In order for me to book, I would use the first key, which is BKIN. It means book in.